Between February 15, 1976 and March 16, 1977, a series of unexplained disappearances occurred in Oakland County, Michigan, just north of Detroit. These incidents involved 2 boys and 2 girls, all aged between 10 and 12, who went missing while traveling to and from various destinations outside their residences. In a span of 19 days, the bodies of each missing child were found in public spaces. Tragically, all the children had suffered either strangulation or gunshot wounds, while the 2 boys had been assaulted. Following their demise, the perpetrator dispersed their remains across different areas in Oakland County, intentionally placing them in locations visible from the roadways. These 4 deaths sparked a murder investigation, which at that particular time became the most extensive in the history of the United States. Following his visit to an American Legion Hall on February 15, 1976, Mark Douglas Stebbins, a 12-year-old resident of Ferndale, did not return home. It was only 4 days later that his lifeless body was discovered, still attired in the same clothing he was last seen wearing, lying on a pile of wood and dirt in the parking lot of a local office building in Southfield. He had been strangled and subjected to an assault using a foreign object, resulting in 2 lacerations on the back left side of his head. The presence of rope marks on his wrists and ankles indicated that he had been bound throughout his captivity. Following an argument with her mother over dinner preparations, 12-year-old Jill Robinson of Royal Oak left her residence on December 22, 1976. The subsequent day, her bicycle was discovered behind a local hobby store, and on the morning of December 26th, her lifeless body was found near Interstate 75 in Troy, within the vicinity of the Troy police station. She had been shot in the face with a 12-gauge shotgun. Notably, Robinson's body was found fully clothed, and she was still carrying the backpack she had taken with her when she left home. The autopsy report revealed that she had been provided with sustenance and care for at least 3 days before her tragic demise. The case of Christine Marie Mihalik, a 10-year-old girl from Berkeley, took a devastating turn on January 2, 1977, after visiting a 7-Eleven store on 12 Mile Road at Oakshire. She failed to return home, prompting concern from her loved ones. Tragically, her life was cut short when a mail carrier discovered her fully clothed body 19 days later, discarded on the side of a rural road in Franklin Village. It was determined that she had been smothered to death less than 24 hours prior, and the heartbreaking fact remains that her body was left in plain sight of nearby residences. Timothy John King, aged 11, departed from his residence in Birmingham and proceeded to a pharmacy on the evening of March 16, 1977. Unfortunately, he did not return home, prompting an extensive search across the entire Detroit metropolitan area. Tragically, his lifeless body was discovered on the evening of March 22nd. by two adolescents in a shallow ditch along Gill Road in Livonia. It was determined that he had been subjected to an assault using a foreign object and suffocated approximately 6 hours before the discovery. The autopsy findings unveiled that King had consumed his favorite meal, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Shortly before his untimely demise. Additionally, it was noted that he had been meticulously cleaned and groomed before the suffocation. In the course of their investigation, the police looked into a few individuals who were considered as possible suspects. The DNA evidence did not corroborate the physical evidence in the case of Christopher Bush, a convicted child deviant. The hair discovered on Christine's body was found to have a mitochondrial DNA match with James Vincent Gunels. This evidence strongly suggests that the hair belongs to either the perpetrator or a relative of the perpetrator on the mother's side. All the killings occurred exclusively on days when snowfall was recorded. It is noteworthy that each child was last sighted within a 1-mile radius of Woodward Avenue, specifically between 9-mile and 15-mile roads. Additionally, it is important to highlight that all the children were adequately nourished and received proper care. The perpetrator either bathed the children themselves or compelled them to bathe. Both the male victims exhibited visible rope burns on their wrists and ankles. According to a psychological profile compiled by the police, the killer was described as obsessively clean, highly intelligent, and possessing abnormal tendencies. The most significant lead the police had, even as of March the 24th, 1977, was the testimony of a witness who witnessed Timothy King conversing with an individual inside a blue AMC Gremlin. The late Christopher Bush, a resident of Bloomfield Hills, was a convicted child deviant who sadly ended his life in 1978. Over the course of several decades, the families of the victims held on to the belief that Bush could have potentially been responsible for their loved ones' deaths. The year 2012 brought forth a revelation that completely refuted any claims linking Bush to the Oakland County Child Killer case. A thorough examination of the physical evidence by investigators revealed no match with his DNA. Investigators once declared James Vincent Gunels as the prime suspect in the long-standing enigma of the serial killer. A hair discovered on the deceased Christine Mihalik's body was found to have a mitochondrial DNA match with Gunels. This match indicates that the hair either belongs to Gunels himself or a male relative from his maternal lineage. Despite Gunels vehemently denied having any knowledge regarding the Oakland County Child Killings, police records, however, indicate that Gunels did not pass a lie detector test. From the record I found online, Mr. Gunels was discharged from prison May the 13th, 2023. Please share your thoughts and feelings with me below, and I'll see you next Friday.